The town was called Willow Creek, a place that seemed to have slipped through the cracks of time. It was small and quiet, almost eerily so, with an air of mystery that hung over its streets. The woods pressed close, filled with shadows even in daytime, creating an ever-present sense of unease. A dark river snaked around the town, its murky waters whispering secrets of the past. People said Willow Creek was forgotten, left behind by the world and time itself. They also said it was haunted, a place where spirits roamed freely as the sun dipped below the horizon.
Jake, Mia, Sam, and Lily lived in Willow Creek, their lives intertwined by the town's secrets. They were friends, always looking for adventure, always seeking the thrill of the unknown. One day they decided to explore the old house on the hill, the one shrouded in mystery and fear, the one everyone said was haunted, where no one dared to go after dark.
The friends met at the edge of town, their hearts pounding with a mix of excitement and dread. The sun was already setting, casting a golden glow over the town. Long shadows stretched out before them, growing longer and more ominous with each passing minute.
Are you sure about this? One of them asked, their voice tinged with uncertainty.
Don't be scared, Jake said, trying to sound brave, though his voice wavered slightly.
Jake said, trying to sound brave, his eyes fixed on the house. He was the one who suggested this, after all, determined to uncover the truth. But inside, his stomach churned with nerves, a feeling he couldn't shake off. They all felt it, the growing fear as they walked towards the house, each step heavier than the last. The old house loomed before them. It was dark against the fading light. The windows were like empty eyes. The friends stopped at the edge of the yard.
Well?
Sam tried to sound casual, but his voice shook a little.
Let's do it.
They had to cross the yard to reach the house. The grass was overgrown and tangled around their ankles. Each step felt heavy, like they were walking through thick mud. As they got closer, the house seemed to grow larger, more menacing. The front porch creaked ominously under their weight. The door hung open, swaying slightly in the wind. It was like the house was inviting them in, daring them to enter. The air inside was cold and still, as if time itself had stopped. It smelled of dust and something old and damp, a scent that clung to the walls and filled the air. The chill was so intense that it sent shivers down their spines, making them pull their coats tighter. The friends huddled closer, their breath misting in the cold air, creating small clouds that quickly dissipated.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jake called out. His voice echoed in the silence, bouncing off the walls and fading into the distance. They moved cautiously through the house, each step taken with care, as if the floor might give way beneath them. Each room was shrouded in shadows, the darkness seeming to swallow the light from their flashlights. Furniture lay draped in dusty sheets like ghosts themselves, frozen in time and waiting for something. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of wind in the broken windows made them jump, their nerves on edge.
I think there's something up there. Do you hear it?
They reached the staircase. It was wide and grand, but the steps were rotten and crumbling, threatening to collapse. Jake put his foot on the first step, testing it. The wood groaned under his weight, protesting the intrusion. It groaned under his weight, a sound that echoed through the empty house.
I think there's something up there. We need to check it out.
They all heard it, a soft sound like someone crying coming from the darkness above. They climbed the stairs slowly, their hearts pounding. The sound grew louder as they reached the top. It was definitely crying, a low, mournful sound that sent chills down their spines. The attic door was slightly ajar and a pale light spilled out from within.
It creaked loudly, echoing in the silence.
He held his breath, listening. The crying stopped.
Did you hear that?
A woman sat in a rocking chair, bathed in the pale light. Her back to them, her shoulders shook gently. They couldn't see her face.
Hello?
The woman turned slowly. Her face was pale and beautiful, but her eyes were filled with a deep sadness.
Who are you?
Jake started to speak, but the woman held up a hand, signaling him to stop. Her eyes were filled with a mix of sorrow and determination.
We're just trying to understand.
I am Eliza. This was my home. It holds many memories, both joyful and painful.
And they spent the rest of the day with Eliza, listening to her stories and feeling the weight of her past. She showed them old letters and faded photographs, telling her story, a tale of love, loss, and a broken heart. Each item held a piece of her soul, Eliza had died in the house, waiting for her love to return from the war. He never did, leaving her spirit restless.
That's so sad. How could she endure such heartache?
As the sun began to set, Eliza's form grew fainter, her presence slowly dissolving into the twilight.
Thank you for listening and understanding. You helped me find peace, something I have longed for over the years.
Then she was gone, leaving behind a sense of calm and closure. The friends left the house and walked back to town, sharing Eliza's story with everyone they met. Soon, everyone in Willow Creek knew about Eliza and her tragic tale. They cleaned up her grave and planted flowers, ensuring she was remembered and honored. And Eliza's house on the hill? It wasn't so scary anymore. It became a symbol of love, loss, and the peace that followed.